All right, what's up, YouTube? So we're gonna talk about what landed me to aviation, where my mind was then and where my mind is now, and just how everything is going. The process of getting what I want, what I need, my credentials for my career, and where I'm at now, and the process of it. So we're gonna backtrack back to 2019 of May. But even way before that, we're gonna go back to 2017, to when I had my daughters. So when I had my daughters, I was in a relationship, it was healthy. After they came out, I made some real stupid decisions that landed me having real fucked up problems within myself and my relationship with the mother of my kids. So, enough of that. I was working at IKEA. I got laid off. And, in the midst of that, I was still trying to go through, getting my lady back and getting the whole family back. And that just took a toll on me trying to do that, which was fucking my head up a lot, to where it was like, I eventually moved out of my mom's house, went with her. This is after I did everything immaturely, the decisions I've made towards, cheating, we're gonna put it out there, I cheated. So after that scenario, I moved in with her, we tried to work on things, it didn't go as well. So after a while of getting into arguments, going back and forth to my mom, back to her, I eventually got to the mindset of like, I'm over these little jobs I was working. I got laid off, I didn't have a car. I basically was moving back and forth, not knowing, not being stable with like, am I gonna stay home or am I gonna stay in this relationship and live with her, try to make it work and deal with the headaches of what I was going through. So after that, I eventually was like, I want to be independent. I don't want to have to depend on nobody except myself. I want my own place. I want my own job. I need for myself. So it came to that point where taxes came around. I got a car. I got another job working at Royal Farms, which was part time. And eventually after that, I basically was working about 3 days a week, and then they kept cutting my hours down, where it came to just like I was only doing one day, like 4 hours a day, which was nothing, having two kids and, like I said, wanting to be independent, having my own stuff. So eventually, I reached out to a friend, his name was Janai Reed, and he put me on to this school in Philadelphia, which was mainly about fixing planes, getting into the aviation industry. So I went to go visit the school in Philadelphia, and I was a little nonchalant when he showed me around, gave me the school tour, and then I was like, after the tour, I was like, I'll give you an answer. Even though I knew in the back of my mind I needed something, I needed to start school. I was never the type of kid that liked school. So once it was my chance to get out of high school, I got out of there, never looked back, and just started working straight from there. And so back to what I was saying, I basically, was nonchalant about the school after the tour. After a while, I was just like, you know what? I was like, I'll give you some time. I'll give it some thought, and I'll give you an answer in like a week or two. I went home. It was like, dude, stop lying to yourself and get into this school. Might as well do it. You got nothing else going for yourself. So I decided to get into the school. I told him, gave him a call back the next day. I was like, he was excited. I came on board. School started in about a month after that, which takes me back to April, May, when I started the school. So he told me basically there was 3 tests you had to pass: the general, airframe, and power plant, which is 3. And you can take your test after you finish those classes for those subjects: general, airframe, and power plant. So I finished general, but in the midst of that, I had to take off some time because, mind you, general classes is only one class is 1 month. So general classes was about 4 or 5 classes, which is say 5 months. But I didn't take my general until a year after that, 2020, July 2nd. But we're gonna go back to when I had to take time off of school, which delayed that as well. I took 3 months off of school because My friend, once again, Janai, he helped me get another job. He helped me find my way with actually getting my foot in the door. So I commend him for that. He reached out to me. He gave me a manager's number to a airline, and then I applied, and I reached out to them in email, and they wrote me back pretty damn fast. It seems like you got to know somebody to get into the airport, so that was the route I had to take, and I had to do the training class, which kept getting delayed and delayed, which took me back in school 3 months. It backed me up in school 3 months for 3 months. So I eventually got back to school, and this is back. Well, I don't really remember the month that I came back to school, but when I did, I basically was like, I need something to show for me being in school for like a year. So I finally decided to, man up and take this test. So I took it in 2020 on July 2nd, which is my birthday. Shout out to the Cancers. We the best. But yeah, I took it on July 2nd. I didn't really study because I kind of knew my stuff. I was fluent in it, So basically, they say when you go take the test, they try to trick you up, so you really got to read and understand the question. So I went to take the test on the 2nd. I failed, unfortunately, with a 68. You need a 70 to pass all 3 exams. I failed with a 68. And then fast forward to August 4th, I took a little month to study, and I went back, took the test on August 4th, and I passed with a 77, which is pretty damn good from a 68. Mind you, I didn't do that much testing. I just really had to understand what they said with like understanding the question and, reading the question and not getting tricked by the trick questions they try to do. So I did a pretty better job with that, and I passed. So right now, basically, I am at work right now at the airport. So basically, I got on my shit towards working in the field as a ramp agent for now, and passing my tests to have something to show for it, to make it for me, to show that just to show myself that I wasn't wasting my time and money into the school, and that it was actually going towards something. So I decided to get more serious about it after passing this test. And I got one more airframe. You can actually get into the field with airframe and power plant. With airframe in general. You just got to you got to finish your airframe, and I take that in about 4 more months. So you got to finish your airframe classes, take that, and then you could go do the orals and practicals for your general and airframe. So, and I'm gonna make another video about, how did I go about passing my general, what study material I used, and what study material I recommend to you. And pretty much that's just a video of how I got to where I'm at, and the path that I'm on, and gonna continue to stay on until I get into this career and get independent like I was hoping for back in 2017. It's now 2020. So I'm on a road to a different path and seeing how things go, wanting better for myself and kids. And like I said, I'll update you on another video about what study material I used and what can help you out if you're in the same position I am or was in and looking for something to do with your life. Consider, aviation mechanic. It's a pretty good, well-paying career. You get travel benefits. You get a lot of benefits for your family, for yourself. And it's a pretty awesome career. So until next time, you too, I'm gonna check you guys later. And stay tuned for that next video about how to go about studying and everything. If you have any questions, the comment section is below, and I'll feel free to answer any questions you got. All right.